What is good, guys? So today we are going to be talking about the New York Jets GM, Joe Douglas, and his recent comments on quarterback Zach Wilson. So let's get into it. Um, as you know, I made a previous video earlier, a couple weeks ago, talking about the Jets season, basically giving my analysis on it. But it's shocking because Joe Douglas, the GM, came out at the scouting combine, um, and he simply stated that he still believes Zach Wilson, the quarterback, has a high ceiling and that he is going to eventually hit that high ceiling. Now, I think it's absolutely ludicrous to think that he will be their starting quarterback come week one. I gotta be honest with you, I don't even expect him to be on the roster week one. Zach Wilson, his career has been a disappointment. I mean, obviously, he didn't do that much at BYU, but coming out of college, strong arm, great athlete. He's like a pretty boy. He's getting compared to Mahomes, getting called the Mormon Mahomes because BYU's a Mormon school. And so everyone is high on this kid's future. Some people say that he's small, but I mean, he's 6'2". Patrick Mahomes is 6'2". Some people are already calling Patrick Mahomes the GOAT. They're the same height. So I don't really think size is that big of an issue. But something nobody ever wants to talk about is you need the personality to not just be a franchise quarterback, but to be an elite quarterback. There's been plenty of quarterbacks who have come in the league that have had great arms, great athlete, or been great athletes. They've been both. But you gotta have the personality to work. Johnny Manziel came in with the wrong personality, didn't work. Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray now look like they're not going to work because of their personalities. Zach Wilson already looks like he's done because of his personality. It obviously helps to have a great arm and to be a great athlete, but you also need about 4 things, I believe, in my opinion. You need to be coachable. You need to be likable in the locker room. You need to be good at the podium. And you got to be mature. And I don't think Zach Wilson is any of those things. When you're that talented, I feel you'd improve. I do. I feel you'd improve even if the Jets coaches have no idea what they're doing. You're talented enough that with all the games under your belt, you would be able to show us something by now. And from his first day in the league to now going into year 3, he looks like the same quarterback. Inaccurate, missing wide open guys. He can't even do the simple things. Tries to do too much. He's not really good at the podium. I mean, there's that whole thing where they, ask him, do you feel like you let the defense down today? And he just quickly says quietly, no. He's not very likable in the locker room. I mean, we saw him on the bench one time, sitting by himself with his hood up, pouting. And there's legit reports out there that one of the main reasons Robert Saleh decided to bench him for Mike White was Zach Wilson lost the locker room because of those comments. Players just didn't like him anymore. I can't really say he's that mature because you remember going into the season, there was that whole thing, I think, with his friend's mom or whatever. Didn't get a lot of press, so it wasn't that bad of a look, but still, what are you doing, dude? Come on. So he's not mature, he's not coachable. He's not well liked in the locker room. He's not good at the podium. And you need to be good at those things. Of course, everyone's mesmerized by Mahomes' talent, Burrow's talent. Allen's talent, Herbert's talent, Lawrence's talent. But what do all 5 of those guys have in common? They are all mature. They're all great at the podium. They always take the blame. They're all coachable. Every single one of them's gotten better year in and year out. Justin Herbert, you could argue, didn't really get that much better this year, but he showed you the potential. And Brandon Staley, we have our questions on him. They're well liked in the locker room. You always got guys backing them up. So yeah. And Zach Wilson, he just doesn't do that. So I hope that, I know, obviously. I'm a Bears fan. I remember Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace always saying, Trubisky's our guy. And they moved off him the second they could. I think that's what the Jets are doing here. They can say Zach Wilson's their guy all they want. I think the reason they're potentially saying this is because if they don't land an Aaron Rodgers or a Jimmy Garoppolo or a Derek Carr, they need something. And I don't think they want to close the door on Zach Wilson just yet, especially since he's still under contract. If I was the Jets, I'd try and trade him. You're probably not going to be able to get that much, if anything, for him. And so, in a result, I would just cut him. I don't think he should be on the roster. Flat out, period. Nobody likes him. He brings bad energy, bad vibes. Just get him off your team. Like I said, acquire a veteran quarterback, whether that's Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr, etc. But Zach Wilson cannot be on this team week 1. And I hope Joe Douglas knows that, and I hope that Joe Douglas was just, trying not to start drama when asked about Zach Wilson, rather than actually thinking, Zach Wilson could be in their plans in the future, because he shouldn't be. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. More content coming. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.